Good morning, it's 7-Eleven.
Is it?
Yeah.
Idiot.
You told me to wake you up. Or did you?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you tell me to wake you up?
Yeah.
That was fun. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 7-Eleven Animal Heaven from the road. I have to admit I made a mistake. There's a typo. It is not 682 miles to go. It is 467. Don't ask me what. Oh, what the heck? Don't ask me how I came up with that number. I think what happened is when I was making the title, I looked at the time, and it must have been 6. I don't even know. I don't know. So, anyways, we are live from the road. It is not the best quality, but here, this is. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm still in Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. That's the dumb joke I've been hearing from Jeff this whole time.
Right.
You're the only 10 I see. So, the only thing we really have seen all night is just trucks. Lots and lots of trucks. Got my look, right back here.
Oh,
Look at that. Hey, hun, turn and smile for the camera. She does not want to. She says, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Do you have anything to say to anybody this early in the morning?
morning.
Oh, you were dreaming. What were you dreaming about?
I don't know.
Some kids at high school. Boys? I don't know what All right, guys. So it's not going to be the most entertaining live stream of the century here. I guess all we really can do while we're sitting down is just recap some things. But we did go live last night, the three of us in the truck, and we recapped everything. Nothing's changed really since then, honestly. Jeff did most of the. What are you looking for? Huh? What's wrong? Jeff's trying to figure something out here. What's that? What's that?
What is this?
What is that?
What is going on?
So what's happening here is I put this phone in the cup holder. This, my friends, is a subscribers live on Facebook. So if you were a supporter or a subscriber on Facebook, it was literally on his face the entire time, and he didn't know it. So he finally looked down and realized what was going on.
What a jerk. I should have known.
I forgot they were there. So to answer your question, if you wonder what kind of extra content you get Jeff snoring up close. You get me weaving down the highway. Weaving, half asleep. Just kidding. I was very alert. It's just you get lazy driving, right? So has anything changed? No, not really. It's just the next day. I have no news, no information. We saw Chuck. We saw Lester let Chuck out yesterday. A little preemptive, a little sooner than expected, but that's okay. We're all right with that. His bull, his monkey, his circus. He can do it. I'm happy for Chuck. I'm happy that he gets to run around. Speaking of bulls, did you see all those cows over there?
I did.
There is a couple hundred cattle in the field over there. I'm not going to try to grab the camera and swing it around. You guys want to see a beautiful sunrise? Here's a beautiful sunrise coming up just for you guys. I can see the pink in the sky. That's kind of cool. Been waiting for the sun to come up all morning. Is Tennessee the same place where the Smoky Mountains are?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of figured we were there. There's a lot of bear here.
Bear?
Bears. There's a lot of bears.
Now, how do you know that?
Well, because we did the smoky. Look at this. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Oh, just wait. It's going to look a lot prettier than that in just a couple minutes.
How you
Just
know?
wait. Well, because it's the sunrise. It's the sunrise. What I have to tell you is I do have a video of us. It's a longer format video. It's 29 minutes, coming out very soon. I edited it last night. Oh, what's new since last night? Jeff finally did create a YouTube channel. Adventures of Oreo and Joey. So he didn't actually create anything. He was driving and I did it for him.
Right.
Because he's like, I tried to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. So, yeah. Stay tuned for content from Jeff on Adventures of Oreo and Joey. I think he's published a couple of things. We did stop at Buc-ee's. That's the other thing that happened since the last. Get off the phone and drive. No. This is my live stream. I will do what I want.
Do you know, speaking of that, now it was a couple hours later, there wasn't another Buc-ee's right off this highway?
Was there?
Yep. Yep.
You wanted to stop for more banana pudding?
Really? Maybe.
We did stop at Buc-ee's last night. It was all it's cracked up to be. I was impressed by the bathroom stalls. Because typically when you go into a bathroom and there's a stall and there's basically a thin piece of plastic between you and the next guy. So when you sit down and then the guy next to you sits down and you can see his sneakers and his socks and what kind of underwear he has on, and you can see all that stuff. You can just kind of look over, and Jeff's like,
Which
I never.
Most of us don't do.
Okay. Does anybody else do that? And then Lauren says, how can you see their underwear? Your underwear is supposed to be around your knees. What?
Which that really didn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. How can your underwear be around your knees when you're trying to go to the bathroom?
Right.
Maybe for a girl who's just peeing because you have to sit down to pee. But when you gotta go number two, you really, for me to be comfortable, you gotta really spread those knees out, have a place to rest your elbows, and go to town. So yeah, you can. Anyways, that's Buc-ee's is amazing because they don't have the dividers like that. They have individual rooms. It looks like a bunch of closet doors in there, and there's more urinals to choose from to pee out of than you would ever need to have. It's insane. And I was on pump 211 or 200, yeah. Pump 211 to fill up my fuel. What? That's a lot of pumps, and they kept going higher and higher than that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we'll be home approximately. Here's the GPS. Look at this for a minute. I don't want you guys to miss a beautiful sunrise. A Tennessee sunrise. The GPS says we will be home around 1:46. I wanted to be home around noon, but Buc-ee's took about an hour of our time. We left with a lot more things than we expected to. Banana pudding, jerky, shot glasses, underwear. I did get some underwear.
Oh.
It was pretty cool. Check this sunrise out.
Where?
Look at where? What do you mean? Look at this. Look at the sky.
I see that.
That's so cool. I'm glad that we could share this with them. Oh.
Ah.
All right. Anybody know what's going on with that? My truck kind of spits at me every now and then. Look. Oh my. It is so pretty. Why am I vertical? Dang it. I should have been horizontal on my live stream. I forgot. I'm going to start making a habit of... Well, let's ask. I want to ask you guys a question. What you guys think? Traditionally, my whole career as a live streamer, I've been vertical orientation. I've been enjoying the landscape version of live streaming. But is that going to throw anybody off? Is that going to throw you guys off on the how you enjoy it? Should we stick horizontal with it all the time? Because coming from Facebook, you know what's funny? YouTube will tell you stream vertical for a better, for a more user-friendly live stream, something like that. So no, let's see. I can't read those. Love landscape. This is fine for horizontal. One day I'll do a poll, but it looks like most people. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Because of this still? Because you still have these guys watching you?
Yeah. I'm entertaining them.
Are you entertaining them? You're giving them something to do?
Yeah.
Horizontal 100%. Well, you know what's going to be funny is I'm going to go ahead and I'll compare my 7-Eleven shows. I'll do some in the landscape and some in the portrait mode, and we'll compare the difference on the analytics. We'll look at the average view time. We can see a lot of information by looking at those analytics. Roll up a fatty. That's a good one right there. Somebody said roll up a fatty. Who's that cutie in the back seat? That would be my wife. That would be my wife. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, Texas is done and over with. Chuck is all set up at home. We're in Tennessee now, and there's snow in the ground. There's snow in the ground back home. It's yesterday morning we woke up. I talked to home. Home was, what, 10 degrees?
Yep.
10 degrees, and Texas was not. So Chuck has it really good as far as the weather is concerned. I might have lied to him a little bit about you won't see snow in Texas, but he's never going to see 5-degree temperatures or 0 degree or -15. He's not going to see those temperatures ever again. Are you going to be passing through Kentucky? I don't know.
No.
We met up with a Facebook follower last night, Martha Ivy. Good morning, how are you? She met us at the Buc-ee's. We told everybody to, hey, meet us there if you want. I swore there was another person there. Jeff.
What?
I swore there was another person there. Did you notice when we were leaving, there was this lady that was kind of just hanging out? She had one thing in her hands, but the whole time we were there, she was always very close to us and always only had the one thing in her hand, and she was by herself.
No, I missed it.
When we were looking at the cutting boards at the end,
Yeah.
she was right there next to us. You know, and she kept looking, and every time she looked at me, she smiled. Now, either she thought I was a good-looking chap, or she heard our call for, come to Buc-ee's, we will be there, and she was too shy to say anything.
Really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Buc-ee's was great. It was very overwhelming. I cannot believe how many gas pumps they have. Everything's done in bulk.
Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if it gets that busy that they need all that. Like, think about that.
I don't know. I don't know if it ever. I mean, we were there at what 11 p.m. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Holy smokes, though! We put practically 3,000 miles on my truck by the time we get back. That's a lot of mileage.
Well, it's a good thing you do
PCMS,
proper maintenance and stuff, so we had no issues.
PMCS, pre-maintenance control and services, or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
I always do my pre-maintenance checks and services, and I'm always putting, you know, additives and changing my oils and
Checking
emptying
air.
checking the air pressure in the tires.
Yep.
All that stuff is up to date all the time.
Right.
The main reason I brought Jeff was just in case the truck breaks down. I didn't want to be stuck. We have a toolkit in the back. Now, realistically, though, Jeff, I've only drove... Here, I'll tell you exactly how many miles I've driven on this trip. 320 miles so far. That's how many miles I drove. It's 1,400 miles total, and we have 452 left to go. So, tell me how many Jeff drove. Who's good at math? Who could take that information and process it? A mechanic on hand, absolutely. Yes, indeed. Hi, Julie. How are you? Now Jay is telling stories. Oh my gosh. You have the Argo. Well, okay, I'm not going to read comments. That's probably not a good idea.
Jeez.
Look at the cows.
That's awesome.
The cows. Man, we see cows. Now, all of a sudden, it's just like I'm always seeing cows. I'm always seeing cows. They're just popping up everywhere. I can't wait to get home and see Cinko. Jeff bought muffins.
They're on the way.
He bought the same Muffin Man muffins, and he's going to. They're for nobody but Cinko. Now, do you think the goats are going to want to eat the muffins?
Yeah.
They're really big, though.
Well, we'd have to break them up a little.
Not for Oreo. He can swallow those suckers whole.
Whatever.
All right, let's answer just a few little questions that I know were asked already, so I don't have to read the comments. Who tied the knot in the rope? It wasn't me. It wasn't Jeff. Guys, I can try to go back and look at my footage. When we backed that trailer up in there, and Lester stepped back out of the way, and we said our goodbyes, and Jeff pulled the truck forward, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I closed the gate, and Lester wrapped up, and his farmhand was not there. His farmhand was busy taking care of the Argo and putting it inside for the surprise. That was the surprise. So it was only Jeff, who was in the truck, me, who closed the gate, and Lester, who I watched him over there taking care of. It's not my property. I don't know exactly how he would want it. Now, unless somebody came back and tied it up like that, it was definitely Lester who tied the knot. All right? Jamie wasn't there. Jamie was not there. That knot was there the day that we put him in there, and Jamie didn't meet Chuck until yesterday. So it wasn't Jamie. And the only other thing I can think of is if Lester didn't do it, was his farmhand came through and secured it up a little tighter afterwards, and we didn't see it. But I remember the very next day, or maybe even that evening, thinking, holy smokes, it's like Fort Knox. He's never getting out of here. So when he tried to blame somebody else, I kind of laughed at him. So I think it was him. I think it was him. That's one question. Question number 2, his gloves. We already answered this, talked about it. I thought I might have stole his gloves, but I didn't. These are not his gloves. These are my son's gloves that I stole. Which way? I didn't even use them. You didn't need them in Texas, did you?
No.
No gloves in Texas.
The weather was beautiful.
It was so nice. It was so nice. What was the other questions? Oh, did we take Barnadette the cat? I sure hope she's not missing. I only fed her once while I was there. I didn't really want to overstep my boundaries on, like, doing all of his stuff and taking away his content. You realize the animal chores and those types of things are content. And so if I did all of his chores for him, he doesn't have content. I mean, he could probably figure it out, but he.
Barnadette, a little cat?
Yeah, the little one.
No, it was there.
She was there?
It was there because
I only saw her the first day.
No, remember when I put the gas can back?
Yes, okay.
It was there.
All right, so Barnadette was there.
Absolutely.
Perfect. There you go. The cat is there.
Yep.
Dem turkeys. What? What about dem turkeys? Did you guys know there's a black cat also on the JL North Ranch? Does Lester know there's a black cat? It came creeping across the front area and
It's
drank.
a little bigger.
It's a little bigger, and it was drinking out of the little puddle. So, oh yes, they said he knows. They know. Okay. All right. I didn't know. I never heard him talk about it. But there is another cat there. So there is a possibility there's some sort of love relationship going on. It's not as friendly. Truth. Guys, does anybody else have the problem about driving
Oh, God.
and then you have to
Look, there. Cows.
undo your pants? Can you see them? Can they see them?
Yeah.
You have to undo
Why
your
are you,
pants.
why are you undoing your pants?
Oh my goodness, because I feel like I gained 5 pounds just sitting here in the truck. Oh, it feels so good to
I have
let
no
it
idea
out.
why you'd feel like that.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, glad we got that out of the way.
I'm glad we got that out of the way. My belt was just cutting into my
Gut.
6-pack.
Yeah.
It was really just my 6-pack was being manhandled by my belt. Lauren is still out.
You're weird.
I'm not weird. Okay, plans for when we get back to the farm in Pennsylvania here. First off, I don't know. I have to get my bearings. I have to figure things out. I have to, there's going to be, we never offloaded the hay delivery that we got. So I'm going to have to get the hay into the barn. And then I'd like to try to get, at some point, the rest of that hay out of that guy's barn. So we're going to collect up approximately 900 more hay bales. I know, that's a lot. When you put it that way, that's a lot.
What do you, what's your opinion on, and I realize the small bales is what we're going after. Which do you think you like better?
Man, I really like the fact with the large bales, the ones that are 700-800 pounds, I really like how easy it is to load it into the barn.
Yep.
I don't like how you have to distribute it around. If I'm going somewhere and I need to bring hay
that's
with
true.
me,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
have no ability to move
Yeah.
the hay bales.
That's true.
I have to take flakes that end up spreading out everywhere.
You do wait. I think we waste more.
I do think the large bales are definitely wasting more hay.
But it's just doing it at the farm. I like the big bales better.
At the barn, you like the big bales better?
Yeah. But doing events and stuff, it's awesome.
Yeah, and here's the other problem that we have. I'm hit or miss with finding a good supplier of the large hay bales.
Right.
This guy with the small bales, my goats love the hay. My vet has seen the hay, and I've been told this is the best hay that anybody's ever seen. They love it. So it's smaller bales, but it's really good stuff. And so I have to try to figure out bringing 900 bales back to the barn. So that's one thing. The next thing I want to figure out is whether or not the cold weather is done. There's a couple things I'd like to do to try to button up the barn a little bit more, at least for the littles, the littler goats, or maybe I have a heater. Remember, guys, I have that military heater, and I have that 50 or 250 gallon tank or 125 gallon tank. I don't know what it is. We could set that military heater up and do forced air heating for the little stalls, but I do believe that the coldest week has already passed us. Lori, what about Lori? Morning, Lori. How are you? Good morning. Yes, fireman. That's the next thing. I need to get fireman back into his area, which I'm not happy about that whole situation anyways. They essentially just have the backside of the barn, which is really long, and they have the overhang. It's a very deep overhang, and they can definitely get out of the elements. But I've tried to lock them up, and I do lock them up when it gets very cold. But have you seen the reel when I locked him up? Because it was cold, and I was trying to protect him, and he just kicked and fought and pushed and stood up and wanted to escape that stall. He did not want to be inside the barn. He'd rather be outside. So I believe that the donkeys have acclimated to that temperature. They always seemed fine, but they were being locked up into a stall and secured in the barn during the extreme cold weathers. But yeah, I want to get firemen back over into his area next to the other donkeys. But a good spring project is we're going to get them on the other side of the property. I want to put them on the other side with a much bigger pasture and a nice run-in shed for themselves with a couple of doors. So there's a lot of springtime projects coming ahead, but immediate things are the hay. Maybe if I can't get the heater set up, I could do some more fluffed up straw for the remainder of the winter. Deep bedding method. I want to go through very good and thorough. I would like to really take a look at everybody and try to see if their Famacha is good. That is the color of their eyelid, to see if they're anemic or not, to see how good their red blood cells are. So I want to go through that. I want to check their body scores. I want to check some temperatures on their heinies and see how they're doing through this cold weather. With the attack from Chuck, being in the hospital, Christmas, having to build and design and run and operate the farm show, and then taking Chuck all the way to Texas and coming back, a lot of things have actually slipped through the cracks. And I mean, that comes back on me. It does. So I hope that when we do get back, there's some time to really focus on the important things, Yeah, Joe got hurt. He broke his femur. So there's been quite a bit of things happening. Quite a bit of things happening on the farm, and they're gonna keep on happening, right? Jeff is over there entertaining his supporters. Jerk.
Yes, very, very busy. Right?
Yeah, we're gonna practice.
What are we practicing?
Right here. You're in front of the camera.
I don't have my glasses.
No, you don't need to. Talk like I'm talking. I'm not reading the comments.
You're not?
No.
I thought that's what you said to do.
Well, I want you to practice creating a story and talking and engaging the people without having to read the comments. He's a creator now, all of a sudden. 10,000 followers, he's got to be a creator.
That was just funny talk on the trip out.
I'm
blowing off at the mouth.
So I'm zipping my mouth. I want to see how well you would handle these people right now.
I would be reading the comments. What? Hello. Welcome. Let's talk about our trip to Texas.
What about our trip to Texas?
How fun it was and how nice it was and how real they were and how happy Chuck is and...
Yeah, all those things.
How flat Texas is compared to Pennsylvania.
Yes, Texas is flat.
How many cows are over on that hill?
There are tons of cows in Tennessee. All right.
How you know we're in Tennessee?
I'm not going to let you bring my channel down. You can take your own
Good
channel.
Lord.
Jeff made a YouTube account last night. You guys can go subscribe to Adventures of Oreo Joey. His very first YouTube short was a snippet of Tex in the morning, waking up and being very PO'd at something.
He was wild.
And his second YouTube short was what? What was it? Was that me at Buc-ee's?
Yeah. Yes, that was funny.
All right.
And then there's a third one.
Is there a third one?
Yeah, that one I did completely by myself.
This guy here, man.
This guy. So I figured there's some people that don't know who Oreo and Joey are, so I put a short out to show everybody who Oreo and Joey actually are. Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, Buc-ee's.
Oh, that was funny.
We go in there and there's these big skulls. You can buy a longhorn skull and decorate it, and I thought it looked really cool. I wasn't gonna buy one, and then I turn around and there's cowhides, and so one of them had a very pretty reddish brown color that I associate with the loss of my one bull Uno, and so I put it on. You know, Jeff didn't think it was funny. He said, "Don't do that." But then I saw a little metal skull, and then I bent over and I started.
And I tried to walk away.
He tried to walk away.
And get away from this nonsense.
Because I was embarrassing him, and I followed him right around the corner.
And I thought, well, I might as well get my camera out.
I followed him.
Which turned out to be very funny, actually.
Yeah, it was funny. Buc-ee's is great. Yeah, so he does have two goats, Oreo and Joey. They don't
Twizzler.
And Twizzler, right. And they don't live on his property, live at my farm. He's never actually completed the fencing at his property. He's never completed it because he's always at my farm working on my stuff.
It's because you break everything.
Her head, she's just asleep in the... Honey, are you awake? No. Jeff's glasses are on his head.
Oh. There they are.
That is so funny.
Where's mine?
Hey, Jeff, you already have 593 subscribers, they said.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you created it, it hasn't even been 12 hours.
You know what I'm missing? I figured my problem.
What is your problem?
My creator hat. I don't know where my hat's at.
Your creator hat.
Yeah. I think Princess has it.
Princess.
No, don't wake her up over a hat. It's fine.
He really likes that thin boy hat.
Thin boy?
I don't know what you call it.
Wow.
It's the one that Lester wears. It's not a fedora, but I think it's a thin boy.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Well, doesn't that fitting?
I am going to rock my Lester hat for a little while until I get it all stained up, you know, like I normally do. I'm not going to put my traditional curve into it. I'm not going to ruin or disgrace the I'm a Survivor hat.
Or, no, you look good in that hat, by the way.
Yeah, I think so. I think I look
very handsome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. A scully cap, a flat cap. A flat cap. They call it a flat cap. No. Right. Newspaper boy hat. Newsboy hat.
Let's go with the thin boy.
Let's go with the thin boy,
I
huh?
like that. Yeah.
Jeff's wife's name is Mary. It's a golfer's cap. Are you guys excited about the Argo? A golfer's cap, which you can't wear that golfing.
What?
No. Yeah, absolutely excited about the Argo.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking about, Cinko. He can't live in the courtyard, in the ACA, with hundreds of goats. He's big. He's clumsy.
He is clumsy.
He is clumsy. He gets excited. He can run over goats. He can step on goats. You can step in his ginormous piles of poo. But he also can't live with the donkeys because they can't have the same diet.
Do you think, he's still a little skittish, right? He's not quite sure. He has moments where he'll let you pet him and listen.
Yes.
We all learned about bulls, whatnot. But do you think as we're around him more, he'll get more used to us and not run
Absolutely.
as easily? Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. I think if we hung out with him more.
Right.
Now, I am castrating him.
Yeah. Yep.
That still doesn't stop the fact that he's going to be 800 or 900 pounds.
Oh, absolutely. No, I
and
agree.
clumsy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
half blind and running goats over.
Right, right.
The problem with that is he won't be as friendly if we stick him in a pasture,
Right.
in a field,
That's true.
because he's not going to be around the majority of the people in the barnyard,
Right.
where everyone comes to see the goats. So, I do want him, I think, in the back pasture out back where there's plenty of, but he can't. This. All right, secret. I gotta tell you a secret. I said to Lester, if you breed Chuck and he has a baby girl, we will drive back to Texas for that baby girl so Cinko can have a friend. Yep. So Cinko can have a friend.
That would be really cool.
So if I do put Cinko in the back pasture, there's no fencing there. This is 36 acres. That's a 20-acre lot that has woods and grass. It would be awesome. I just need to figure out how to fence it off affordably. Like we're not, guys, fencing isn't cheap, and yeah. So that's probably our biggest thing. I heard somebody or somewhere out there in the world, and maybe you guys know about this better than I do, kind of like the shock collar for dogs, for cows. They will keep them grazing in certain areas, and they're GPS controlled, something like that. I think there's a possibility that something like that exists for cattle. I don't know why I remember seeing that, but I think there is something out there in the world that allows the cattle to roam around without a physical fence, because you give them enough property, and then they can't go into these zones without getting a static correction, I suppose. So that could be an opportunity, or is that something we could do that might be cheaper? But if it requires, here's the other thing. If I'm going to keep Cinko, we have to have a chute. We have to have a chute. I need to invest in a cattle chute, and something like that. I don't know. Maybe even like a paddock area that we can feed him in, and there's fencing around there, a smaller area where
even like that
we could just close a door.
Even like that round thing like he was talking about. Right? Just a small area.
Yeah.
And
this way, like Chuck. Last night, I didn't think Chuck would go back in, but Chuck did, because he lived in that little Chuck stop for the last 3 days, so he was very comfortable with that area. And so that's kind of what we would do with Cinko, make an area he feels comfortable with, but he can't be alone. So there's a whole bunch that has to be done. So much content to come. 1,333 people on. I love that. 333 is my angel number.
Right.
Chuck equals Chanita. Juanita and Chuck equals Chanita. The owner of them cows doesn't really worry about them. Yeah, right. Maybe we just bring Juanita back. We should have put Juanita in there. We weren't thinking. We have an Argo, though. That's fine. Thank you for subscribing to Jeff's channel. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
Maybe a rescue horse for him.
You know what else we learned?
What else did we learn?
That a Texas Longhorn would thrive well in Pennsylvania. Just saying.
That's true. So he said while he was driving, can you Google something for me? I want to know if a Texas Longhorn will live in Pennsylvania. There's actually, very close to us, a couple of Texas Longhorn ranches right near where we live. They are very adaptable to different climates. So that's kind of cool to think that possibly, you never know. You never know. Right now, we are not established. Actually, And it wouldn't be me, it would be him. It would be him.
I do kind of take a liking to the bigger animals. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
And they took a liking to me. I'm going to admit it, I am scared of the larger animals right now. I'm going to go ahead and use that word. It does scare me when I feel cornered by a large animal.
Well, you've had a
traumatic experience,
very
post-traumatic stress,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
I get it. But I right now don't feel comfortable and wouldn't feel comfortable getting a horse. The miniature donkeys, yeah, that's fine. I mean, they're still 500 pounds, but 400 pounds. But I can handle them. Fireman gets a little frisky. I might be a little gun shy. I don't know. Virtual cattle fence. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
So that is a thing?
Yeah, apparently there is something out there like that.
I wonder if they have to
Mini
like-
horse, yeah.
like with a dog, like with a dog, they have a visual that they know. You know, when you go through the training process, there's a visual. Whether it's the white flags or whatever. What do they do for cattle?
Well, okay, I can tell you this for a fact. I had 40 head of goats on the shock collar when I first started doing this for well over a year.
I remember first coming.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't use the flags anymore.
Mhm.
No, I just allowed them to walk,
And they just learned it.
and they just learned it on their own. So the visual is a great aid, you know, and that's but when you're trying to train 40 animals or whatever, or specifically trying to fence off an invisible 36 acres, whatever, or 20 acres, however much you want to give them, that's a lot of flags. That's a lot of visuals.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's way too many visuals to try to give them. And then even if I did the temporary fence back there where you step it in, the problem with that is we go back to maintenance.
Yep.
And you imagine I had to maintain that fence at Lake Road, and that was only about 8 acres.
Yeah.
Could you imagine doing it on 20 acres, and especially through the woods?
Right. That's the problem.
That would
through
be,
the woods.
yeah. I'm thinking permanent fence is the only way to go, really, because then you could actually allow the animals. That's the other big project that's coming up. There is a GPS collar system that we're going to put on Apollo, and we're going to let Apollo roam the backfields and be one with nature. He's a Sarplanic, a Yugoslavian mountain dog known as the wolf unaliver. So that's another thing, training him and letting him do what he was bred to do and go out there and be a protector. And he would be a good companion to be with Cinko. That would be like a good, because I could see them laying together, and eventually, yeah, because at first he's going to get very, yappy, excited.
Yep.
Do they make spray or lawn killer for deer poop? I have no idea. A lot of people are saying, well, just take care of the slugs and the snails to get rid of the meningeal worm. Well, there's 9 acres of wetlands. First off, I don't even know how you would get in there to apply that. I allow the goats to roam inside those lands. And how often you would have to do it. Now you're taking something else out of the ecosystem. You're removing. I think snails and slugs are beneficial to the ecosystem. I want them to be there. I just don't want the meningeal worm to be there, which comes from the deer. Virtual cattle fencing is by what? That's blank. Who's sleeping in the back of me? That would be Lauren. She's out. Did Lester ever call Jeff? No! Lester never called Jeff.
Nope.
And I 100% gave Lester Jeff's number. So.
Oh, well.
I think his wife said, listen, it's too much. No calling him. I think his wife.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, Jamie's wife said it's
Lester's. Right.
Lester's wife, Jamie, said it's too much.
Jamie,
I don't think that you should be having that bromance go on.
right?
Hey, you're at 693.
What?
So here's the cool thing about. We're just gonna quickly touch base about the whole Facebook thing. I'm so proud that Jeff got 10,000 followers. Yes, it's because I push him, but listen, and I share his content.
Absolutely.
But that's fine. You see how much he does for me, like all the time, without ever asking. He is the most selfless person I've ever met. I have no problem sharing his stuff when somebody who basically bends over backwards for the farm and the animals and just does that out of the kindness of his heart. I'm super excited to help him get to 10,000 followers, which he got to. You know what? I'm so mad though. I'm so upset. Now you're at 700. Adventures of Oreo and Joey. It's climbing. We're going to get to a point here. The whole point of this is I was like, Jeff, 10,000 followers. He has all of the ads, all of the stuff to make money on Facebook right now. The problem is Facebook sucks for making money. Now, currently, it's the worst it's ever been. And for a new creator to jump in there and make a couple dollars for himself, it's literally, I feel bad for him because that's at 10,000 followers with all options available to him, he's not going to make peanuts. He's going to make nothing. And that gets discouraging. And so we pushed him to make a little YouTube channel. And YouTube, you only need 1,000 subscribers. One time. So we get him to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. Now that's going to be really easy to get to. You think, oh, well, how would you ever get him to 4,000 watch time hours? Listen. If I share one of his live streams over, a typical live stream of mine is getting 16,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 watch time hours. So those watch time hours will accumulate in 1 or 2 videos, and he will see the monetization. Once he's monetized, it's really up to him though to maintain and keep people interested, and that's really up to him. Hey, BK Jr. sent $49.99. BK Jr. That's what it says.
That's
You're
like a
good
sandwich.
people. Wishing you all the best going forward.
Nice.
Thank you. That is our favorite. My favorite sandwich is not the Junior, but
no, you don't do nothing Junior.
I don't do anything Junior. That's right. 741. Get the heck out of here.
That's crazy.
Can you guys help him out?
Yeah.
Can you push him right over the edge? Right. Now, let's be honest. Jeff's been on Facebook for over a year with his page.
Yep.
Right? And he goes through times where he feels he's not providing anything of good quality or good content, and he stops posting. And you guys need to let him know that's the worst thing to do for the algorithm and the people that want to watch content. If you stop posting, people will stop watching. So he needs to, if he wants to do this and make a couple bucks. We are in Tennessee, passing the Blue Ridge Parkway, exit 81 on 81 North. Or is that 81? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on 8. Are we on 81 anymore?
Yes.
We're passing 81 and 81. 81 and 81.
We're at 81,
we want to see Jeff. Oh gosh, they're asking to see you.
Hey, hello.
He's missing his creator cap. What is his creator cap back
Let
there?
her sleep.
Oh my gosh. They want to see you. They want to see a preview or a taste of what you might give them.
I don't know yet. I don't have my cap.
Am I going straight? Yes.
Yeah, you're going to stay.
You don't want to go to Charlotte?
No, not today. Been enough traveling. What are they saying?
What? Okay, let the driver read the comments. That's the perfect thing to do. Jeff is never boring. No, but he goes AWOL for a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time. He's at 800.
I got
Buc-ee's was great. Buc-ee's was awesome. I could tell they put millions of dollars into that place. Jeff will get to 1,000 today, apparently.
And then what happens at 1,000? Then I can do a live, right?
No, you should be able to do a live after 24 hours of getting 50,
right.
getting 50 subscribers.
That's right.
So once he's already got the 50 subscribers, he's got to wait 24 hours. 808. It's called Adventures of Oreo and Joey. I think somebody just put the link right there.
Really?
I think somebody just put the link. We are headed home after a very long trip. 24 hours one way driving nonstop. That's drive time to Livingston, Texas to drop off a bull. And then now we are driving home from Livingston, Texas. 24 hours the other direction. So I think it might be time for an oil change when I get back. What did you notice under my truck?
Under your truck?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When you were running the wiring.
What? I don't know what. Oh, yeah. I said to him, hey, did you have the oil change? Yeah, just had it changed. Just, it's fine. Just had it changed. So we're like he said, underneath doing the wiring to give Chuck light and power to the camera. And I just happened to look up at the oil filter. It was from September. He said, well, oh my Lord. And the change oil light was on.
So
Not
here's
the check engine or that light.
Hold on. I need to be honest with you and tell you, I did get my oil changed
In September.
No, here's my sticker, right here. I want you to tell me what this sticker says.
Well, I wonder if that's a fuel filter I seen then.
Whatever it was, they either lied to me.
No, they wouldn't have lied.
What does that say?
I bet it was a...
December 14th, 2024.
Oh, so it was recent.
December. At 101,000 miles. Oh, wait a minute. That's when I was supposed to get it done, maybe. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was September. Ah, Shiza.
Yeah, it's when it's due.
Oh. Never mind.
You're not serious. So you don't know if you got it changed in September or December. Is that what you're trying to tell us now?
Listen, aren't these
Not
synthetic
listen.
fuels you're allowed to go like 10,000 miles? They don't. That's fine. I got synthetic. I paid for the most expensive synthetic oil because I wanted to go my 10,000 miles.
Well, I do agree that a diesel is expensive oil change. It's not just your average.
Yeah,
but,
it was like $300.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. They want me to change it every 3,000 miles.
No,
Who does that anymore?
Well, I do, but you know.
September, October, November, December, January. It is January now. That's 5 months. There's no way.
What mileage?
That says 101. You want me to check my mileage right now?
Yeah, you're like at 108.
I am at 109,000. So, I'm at about my 10,000 mark. That's
Where does this 10,000 come from?
Guys, can
Is
you...
this in your head?
No, I saw it.
you
I
just-
saw it on the oil can. It says 10,000 miles. It's true, right? Tell me
I mean, I wouldn't let mine go 10,000 miles.
5,000, 7,500. Am I the only... Has anybody ever seen 10,000 mile oil? All right, I might be a smidge over. It's fine. So an oil change is due.
Let's talk about the tires. When you say... Now, in your defense, you were gored by a bull. You got sick. You got the farm show. Like, I'll give you a little grace on that. But it was sort of humor. Not even humor. Well, yeah, it was humorous. You say... Hey, ours will make it till Texas. Like, if that's even a question, change them.
So I didn't change them. We are still
No.
driving on the same tires. I question whether we would make it to Texas or not. We made it to Texas.
Which he said, yeah, we don't know if we'll make it home or not. But
Wait, somebody. My Toyota says 10,000, but it tells me to change it sooner usually. See, I'm not the only one. There's somebody else out there who's seen the 10,000.
Oh, I'm sure there are. Back to the tires.
Okay, so here's the thing with the tires. The back tires were so bald and bad. I did take, you helped me. We took the tires off the old Suburban and the lug nut pattern fit, and we put them on the back of this. But we didn't do the fronts because the fronts were good.
Right.
And that was for driving to New York for the New York State Fair with the goats and hauling the trailer.
But didn't we?
That's what we never did the fronts.
What did we do?
So I have 16s on the front and I have 17s on the back. Or vice versa.
What did we go to that tire shop for that time?
That was for the trailer
tire.
tires,
Yeah,
and they
that's right.
immediately, one of them shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
right.
was bad.
Okay.
And I still owe Jim and Faith spare tires. So you're up to 872, Jeff.
Good Lord.
You only need 130,
Something.
26,
that.
something like that. Yeah. So tires are on the. Oh my gosh! It's just like everything costs so much money, though. You turn around and you think you're okay. Let's pocket a little change, and next thing you know, I have $7,500 worth of hay I have to pay for and get out of that barn. That's gonna cripple me. Then we have the tires, and then we have the fencing, and then we have this and that and the other. So we gotta hustle. That's why we are always hustling. Crazy. Yeah, it's expensive. You all know how it is. You all have your own bills. You guys have all your own bills too. You know how it goes. Y'all. Hope Ministries is in 2 minutes, guys. I will hand the baton off to Hope Ministries. If you're unfamiliar with what Hope Ministries is, Lori Weston. Oh, also, I have a video being released too. So you're going to want to watch that. Hope Ministries. Lori Weston took care of Chuck and Uno and Cinko on the other farm for 9 months. They are from Texas. They moved to Pennsylvania to take care of my farm. And then they were going to buy the property and not take care of the farm, but take care of the boys. They never sold their house. They had to unfortunately pack up, move back to Texas. And Mark created Hope Ministries. And that is a Sunday service online on Facebook, basically a Bible study. So if anybody is interested in getting a little Bible study done, go to Hope Ministries every Sunday, 7-11 Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, 8-11, of course. And you'll find them live streaming right there on their page. It's interactive. It's fun. Mark and Lori can give you stories about the bulls, and they can pray for you as well. 111 to go. 111 to go. You're at 892. Holy smokes, guys. All right, so I'm handing the baton off. I am getting off of here. And you guys go find Hope Ministries. We will see you later. Pay attention for the new video that is going to drop. And it's the goodbye video. The goodbye to the JL Ranch, the goodbye to Chuck. So it's the farewell to Texas video, and it will make you cry. So see you guys. Argo's in the trailer, as long as nobody stole it while we were driving. Bye, everybody.